What's up, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Gibbon here today with some Overwatch for you, and this is competitive Overwatch. This is the capture the point, and this is me playing as Tiborn. And what you're going to see is what I think is quite a very stringently effective way of using Tiborn and using the turret and making sure that you get the kills and do the job for your team to good effect. And in this game, on Capture the Point, what we were doing was we were trying to hold them off from getting the second point, because we didn't, just literally missed it by a sliver to get the second point, and we literally just about managed to do it, and the game actually goes into overtime, which we sadly lose because our team was set up completely wrong for the attacking section of it, and they just absolutely beasted us in it. But what I wanted to talk about was just how I feel about competitive, and some of this might slightly echo a couple of bits and pieces that Bipolar said, and I'm going to mention this first just because I'm in complete agreement with it, is that the level of reward versus the level of punishment, I suppose is the best way of saying it, in terms of when you win and when you lose. It's just madness. When you win, you get a certain amount of XP in terms of your competitive level. When you lose, you get a certain amount of XP on your competitive level taken off of you. I think I'm about level 45 or something, nothing massively special or anything like that. But what I've noticed is that the level of punishment, or the level of XP taken off of you when you lose, is what's the polite way of saying it? It's on another level of ridiculousness. You get so much taken off of you if you actually lose a competitive game. And I think the thing that's most annoying about that is that when you play a competitive game, it doesn't take into consideration if people leave or whatever. And I tell you what I have found on a few of the games that I actually played tonight is the amount of people that when they're losing to a certain degree, say like they're 2-0 down on a capture the point, but there's still an opportunity there, you could win the next 2 rounds. But when they're 2-0 down, what they decide to do is that they decide to just back out of the game. And I played a game on Lijiang Tower, and my entire team backed out. I'm not one to rage quit and back out of the game by any stretch of the imagination. I suppose the good thing that Blizzard have done with this is that if team members back out before you do, you don't get punished if you want to back out as well. But I don't like backing out because it's just, I don't want to be the one that leaves that gives that forfeit to the enemy team. I guess pride cometh before a fall, I believe is the saying. But that's really, really annoying that people do that, and it's one of the kind of pitfalls of when you try and play this game solo. Now, don't get me wrong, when I do play the game solo, what I try to look for is I try and make sure that I'm balancing out my teammates, i.e. that I'm doing what's needed or put on players that are needed. So if you need a tank hero, or if you need a healer, or if you need an attacker, I'll make sure that I play that level, just to even out the team, to give us the best possible chance of winning the game. Whereas some people obviously don't play like that. I mean, I had one guy that was on my team that just stood in the spawn and just fired at stuff. And one thing that I found out about Lijiang Tower as well is that there is there's a load of basketballs floating around in the room that you actually stand in, and there is a basketball hoop in the corner. And if you you can actually fire the ball to get it to shoot, to go into the basketball hoop, and a load of ticker tape comes down, and it's all very impressive and looks very, very nice. I also think that the level of rewards that you get for winning a competitive match could be a lot better. They could do a set of competitive skins that you get, so like if you win 3 games in a row or 2 games in a row, or something like that. They could give you a little bit more. Now, I really love this game. I love playing this game, be it solo or playing it with teammates. So I'm always going to grind it, and I'm always going to try to do the best that I can. But I think that they could just maybe do something just to give a little bit more in terms of your rewards for when you actually win a game, and it might give you a little bit of compensation for the amount of XP that you actually lose when you're playing One of the other things that I wanted to talk about on this, and I know I've mentioned it before about people that don't tend to talk when they're playing this game, which when you're playing competitive mode helps a hell of a lot. And I've played a couple of games where I've had chit chat with people in, and I mean that in a good way, where I've had chit chat with people in my lobby, and it's worked to really good effect. Like saying, "Oh, there's Pharaoh coming over," or "There's a Genji to that side," or "There's a Mercy over there you need to take her out." Just letting people know where things are. People just don't talk, which is just quite funny. But the other thing that really gets me is there's a big spate of people playing music again, and I mentioned this in the Black Ops video. Please stop playing your music. Nobody wants to listen to your hip hop. Nobody wants to listen to your Euro Technic pop. Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Life is plastic. Life fantastic. Live in plastic. Whatever you want to call it. Nobody wants to hear that shit. That's all I've got to say about that. And relax. Hopefully you can see from in the background how using the Tiborn in a certain area where I just did the placement of it there worked to really, really good full effect, particularly for this game mode, and it managed to help us keep, or I played my part anyways, in keeping the enemy team off of the actual point and being able to capture the point. I think by the end of this round I was up to about 32, 33 kills, so that, you know, pleased with that. I thought that went quite well. I was very happy with the way that turned out. But yeah, just a couple of little bits and pieces that I find slightly annoying. Anyways, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click that like button. If you are new to my channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. And we are going into overtime, which we lose. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. And Gibbon is out here. Peace.